Good day, happy travelers. Seven Continents Travel Agency here today, talking about shore excursions available in Belfast, Northern Ireland. So if you're watching this, you're one of two people. One, you're already booked on a Royal Caribbean cruise and it's stopping in Belfast. Or you are thinking about booking a Royal Caribbean cruise and you want to see what options are available in Belfast, Northern Ireland. So the purpose of this is to give you what's available, what's hot, what's selling out, sold out for the particular cruise that we have selected. There's many different cruises that Royal Caribbean offers that stop here. So just because it's sold out for my date range doesn't mean it's sold out for your date range. And so a couple things we noticed right off the bat with the screen that I'm sharing with you is one spot left. We are 5 months out at the date of this recording, 5 months away from this going on, and there's already some cruises that have some limited availability. So if you're going with a family or a couple, one spot left, this won't be for you. There's some sales. Some things are 10% off, some's nothing percent off. 30% off is the most I've ever seen, but we got some 10, 15. Another one is one spot. And then there is 4 items that are already sold out on this particular cruise. We will cover them to give you the details just in case on the date range you are going, they're not sold out. Maybe you're going, planning something like this. It wouldn't be unusual to plan 6, 18 months out just due to the level of effort getting there. So let's hop into it here. I won't read all the words that are in here. You can leverage that pause button and read as much as you want. But let's start off with Titanic Belfast and City Tour, $159 per adult, $129 for kids. It's a 4-hour excursion, leaving at 8:45 in the morning. 1:45 p.m. is another departure. You will see all the words that are noted here. A lot of history about the Titanic, which always seems to be in the news for one reason or another. There's a museum there you can visit, and then if you have folks in your party that have some mobility concerns, these are some notes here as to whether or not you should invest the money in it, frankly, as the activity level is considered to be moderate. So those are the details for that. What about the Peninsular Scenic Drive? $94 for an adult. Looks, if you're a lighthouse person, this one is definitely for you. 9 a.m. departure, 4 hours long, and you will go through the through the countryside, and you will see all of the items listed here. This tour is recommended for guests who want a leisurely drive with a refreshment stop. So if you're sitting there going, man, I sure wish I could go on an excursion with a refreshment stop, there you go. Here's some notes here about the surfaces. They're various uneven 2 to 3 steps to get in and out of the coach. So this one looks like it would be, unlike moderate, this is mild. So this one looks to be a little bit more friendly. Panoramic highlights leisurely Belfast, $88 per guest. 3 hours and 15 minutes is the duration. 1 p.m. is the departure time, and you will see Belfast and some of the history, some of the culture, and that is what you will see there. There's one restroom stop at the Botanical Gardens, but it may not be open. So that's hopefully that 3 hours and 15 minutes goes by fast. If you have folks within your party with bladder concerns, as I do in my parties, that's certainly nothing to take lightly. That is a point of concern. What about Coasts and Glens of Antrim? $97 for an adult, $70 for kids. 4 hours long, leaves at 1 p.m. and you will go and see what they want you to see listed there. More words for you to read there if you want to read them. Pause. Mobility concerns. Walk 400 yards. Uneven surfaces, and get in and out of the motor coach unassisted. There is a tea, coffee, and scones at the tea house. So if you live for scones, as I'm sure most people do, that is most certainly for you. What about the Titanic Trail? $119 per adult, $92 for kids. 4 hours and 4.5 hours long, which is about as long as the movie The Titanic, which is somewhat ironic. Unless you have the director's cut, then it's 5 hours and 15 minutes. 8:30 a.m. is the departure time. Enjoy this Titanic Trail City where you get to relive the times of the Titanic. And there you go. The city became a city in 1888. So you can see the shipyard where it was built, the museum, get some history on the city. Walk about a mile, some steps, some surfaces, and then you get walk through the museum at your discretion. I don't see any note about scones, but the drive is about an hour. So there you go. The Walls of Londonderry. $154 for an adult, $114 for kids. 8.5 hours long is the duration of this excursion. Leaves at 8:30 in the morning, and you will go for 8.5 hours. See all of the items that are listed here. Pause if you want to read those in greater detail. Looks like mountains, farmlands, heather-covered moors. I'm going to have to Google as to what in the world, what a heather-covered... I know heathers. I've met some heathers in my life, but I'm not too overly familiar with what I would be seeing there if I had a moor. I don't even know what a moor is, frankly. I might need to do this excursion. Walk for about an hour. This is just a lot of notes here saying, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't do this if you have some mobility concerns, but you can read those. What about Belfast, past, present, and future? $83 for an adult, 3 hours and 15 minutes, leaves at 9:15, and you will learn about what's going on now, what happened then, and where they are going into the future. Walking 50 yards, 2 to 3 steps. There's no, so if you wanted to shop, no shopping. There is no shopping. This is an exterior thing only. You will stop for photos, take pictures of the buildings at the outside. You're not going inside. So if it's cold and rainy and you want to warm your bones by the fire, no. If you're a Game of Thrones person, this might be for you. $239 for an adult, $219 for kids, 4 hours long, and you can go and get a Game of Thrones, experience, I suppose. And here's more words here for you. I made it through 3 episodes of Game of Thrones. I felt pretty good about that. Guests in wheelchairs must be accompanied. So if you have some folks with mobility concerns, these are the notes there for you. Scroll on down here. Belfast City Walk. And you know what? If you're walking, might as well visit a pub. $129 for an adult, $114 for kids, 3 hours long. Leaves at 9:30 in the morning. And you will walk along and you will stop at a pub to enjoy a beer. Or if you brought a kid with you, a soft drink. And that's what you will see. These are the mobility notes. If you want an additional beer or an additional soft drink, you are buying it at your own. And of course, if you're pregnant, I would encourage you to drink whatever your doctor tells you to. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not a doctor. 1 spot left. This little mobility item means it's accessible. So that's the panoramic highlights in Belfast that we covered above. Then you got the Belfast highlights and Hillsborough Castle, sold out for this particular time frame. $129 for adult, $99 for kids. 4.5 hours long. You will do everything that you see here. A lot of history, a lot of pictures to take of pretty cool architecture, other things that you will see, and noted mobility concerns. Half-mile long over uneven surfaces. Continue on. How about the Gobbins Cliff Path? There you go. That looks pretty neat. I'm sure it's, actually it does look pretty safe. $149 per guest, 4.5 hours long. Minimum age is 12 years. Minimum height is 4 feet. And you will go and walk the cliff path. So if you've been wanting to do that and kind of see raw nature there, there you go. Dolphins in the Irish Sea. Couple more here. A day in Dublin. 9-hour excursion, $284 for an adult, $234 for kids, and you'll go to Ireland's capital. 450 so you get a lot of history, a lot of architecture, a lot of culture. Lunch and refreshments are available for purchase. Extensive walking. So there you go. Lastly, the Crumlin Road, Belfast City. 124 for an adult, 99 for kids, 4 hours long. It'll take you into the heart of Belfast, and you will see and learn about all the history and what's happened in the past, other things noted there, Clock Tower Opera House, and walking, steps, inclines. So if those are items that are of concern to you and your party, make a note of them and just make a decision as to whether or not this is for you. But in short, that is Belfast Northern Ireland, and those are your options that are available. And again, if you see something, if it's a bucket list item, there's no time like the present. So until the next video, I hope you travel safely.